Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live in the NBA world. Of course, the last couple weeks has involved a lot of talk around Jimmy Butler, who is in the middle of a 7 game suspension handed out by the Miami Heat. Some of the transgressions have now come out as to why he was handed that 7 game suspension. We heard the NBA Players Association was going to get involved. We also heard Tim Hardaway Sr., of course, a longtime great Miami Heat player, recently made the Hall of Fame, say that Pat Riley had a 10-page thing that listed all the reasons why he was handed that suspension. But Jake Fisher, who is part of Mark Stein's Substack, so that's costs money. I'm not going to share that. But here on Bleacher Report, Jimmy Butler rumors Heat star wanted private flights, skipped multiple shoot-arounds. So goes on to say NBA insider Jake Fisher reported that Butler had multiple instances of skipping Miami's morning shoot-arounds and requested to have private flights instead of traveling on the Heat's charter plane. When the Heat first announced the suspension, it wasn't immediately clear what led them to take such a hard line toward the 6 time All-Star. Mentions how Jimmy Butler said he lost his joy in playing basketball. Now, did he lose his joy, or did he only lose his joy because he knew the Miami Heat didn't want to give him a max extension? You know, a player who misses games every season, 35 years old. You could understand why, although, reports are Phoenix is willing to give him that max extension, and that's why he wants to go there. Of course, it would involve Bradley Beal needing to be traded, who has a no trade clause. Miami Heat surely don't want Bradley Beal's contract. He would need to go to a third team. Just really a messy situation. And again, 35 years old, will be 36 at the start of next season. And again, a guy who misses numerous games each season. As you see, hasn't played more than 70 games since the 2016-17 season. I mean, he was still on the Chicago Bulls at the time, 60, 64, 57, 52, 58 with Miami. And I get it, some of those seasons were a little bit shorter, 72 games, but, just didn't look involved. You see, shooting a career high 55.2%, but just 10.5 field goal attempts per game. So, clearly wasn't looking to get involved on the offensive end like he used to. 17.6 points per game. His last 2 games after his illness, when he came back, wasn't getting involved in the offense at all. Looked like he was deferring to his teammates. But what are your thoughts now that these new transgressions, reported transgressions, have come to light? It's not the first time Jimmy Butler's kind of tried to sabotage his way off a team. We know with the Minnesota Timberwolves, he had that one practice where he, got fed up, basically ran with the reserves, beat the starters, just acted crazy, throwing a basketball, something like that. I forget some of the details. But yes, it's not his first time doing this. And, doesn't it seem like he has a little bit of an inflated ego if this is true? Um, Great player, don't get me wrong. Future Hall of Famer in all likelihood, but guy who's never been MVP. He's actually never finished in the top 9 of MVP voting. Yes, he has helped guide the Miami Heat to 2 NBA Finals, but they haven't won any. And what? I get it. If you have beef with Pat Riley, understandable, you're entitled to, but he's been teammates with Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, guys like that for a few years now. So what kind of teammate are you really being, leaving? Going to Phoenix, I mean, is that core really going to work out? They're not, right as of now, they're not even in the playing tournament. um, I just feel like it's kind of a younger man's game where you can't get a bunch of 30 plus stars, superstars, and expect to win a title. Kevin Durant's gonna miss time. Devin Booker already has missed time, and there's not much surrounding them. You know, so anyhow, yes, Jimmy Butler. Some of his reported transgressions have come to light. What are your thoughts? Do you think he will get traded? I don't know. I mean, yeah, Phoenix definitely seems to want him, but without involving Bradley Beal, the trade is pretty much impossible to make. So, chance he remains with the Heat. The suspension will end on, I believe he's eligible to play January 17th. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.